I've started the process of remeshing my sculpture and I've run into a few issues. Issues that I want to communicate to you, so hopefully you have the correct solution to the problems if you run into them yourself. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I've combined all of my geometry into one object in Blender and I'm ready to remesh. I'm in my sculpting environment and let's just fire off the remesh tool. There it is, and this is what we get. Pretty good. At this stage, we need to do a legit inspection of our mesh to ensure that it's been remeshed correctly and all of my basic simple shapes have been combined correctly into one object. So let's just do a little bit of a tour here. Looking good. Looking good. Maybe just smooth things out. I always just kind of do this just to make sure things are working the way I want. I got a little bit of a problem back here with the tail. We're talking about, but look at this. Holy moly, what in the world is going on here? There's a gigantic hole in my mesh. Why is there just this gigantic little cave on the inside of my geometry here? That's clearly not what I want, and we need to figure out the solution to this. Let me hit undo and go back to the raw model itself. And you can see that truly the solution isn't so much at fault of the remeshing tools, it's a fault of me. When I was blocking out the overall shapes here, check it out, I left a gap between the cylinder that describes the neck of the bear and the cylinder that describes the central mass and body of my bear. So I have this gigantic opening in here that I need to fill. These small little changes or these small little errors in the base mesh are just going to perpetuate down the sculpting sequence if we allow them to. So I'm happy that I did that spot check on the remesh before I went any further because, man, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this before I go any further. So how do we fix it? Well, here's a great little way. I'm gonna go back into my modeling environment here. And let's look at how we can use the simple mesh editing tools inside of Blender to fix some of these problems. And there's some good ones in here. We have some solutions, a variety of solutions to this singular problem. Now I'm going to start off with the easy solution, the one that I'm going to do. Whenever I see a big gap between these two areas here, I say in my brain, well, Pat, I just need to fill that gap. In the computer graphics world, this is called bridging, where we physically create new polygons that bridge two existing geometric structures. Now, inside the world of Blender, this happens at the component level. So I'm inside of my edit mode, and we do bridging at edges or with edges. So I've changed my selection state over here into bridges. And let's see. I apologize, I know it's difficult to see, but to select an edge loop in Blender, just double click on one edge and it selects the entire loop for you. If you look very carefully on your own screen, you'll see a small orange ring suggesting that you've selected the entire loop. I'm going to hold down the shift key and double left click on the edge on the opposite side of my opening, which selects that loop, and now I'm going to bridge those two together. In Blender, we find our bridging tools not in our toolbar on the left-hand side of the screen, but in the edge pull-down menu at the top of the screen. And it's the third one from the top, Bridge Edge Loops. And then voila, there it goes. You can see that it immediately started to connect those. Now it deleted those two big face polygons that were the caps of the cylinder. Let me show you, I can show that to you real fast. I'm gonna go into my faces selection set. To select an edge loop inside of Blender, you select one polygon on that loop, hold down the shift key, and then double click on the next polygon on the loop itself, and it grabs the entire loop. Let me do it one more time so you guys can see what's happening. So we're going to grab one polygon, hold down the shift key, and if you double click on the next polygon on the loop, it selects the entire loop. All right, so let me show you specifically here. Those two caps were deleted when we bridged. Other apps don't do this. I've selected the entire loop. If I hit the H key, H is in hotel, it hides those polygons. And you can see that the caps of the polygons of those two cylinders have been removed. Alt-H is going to unhide the selected polygons, and we're ready to go back to working. There it is. Okay, so that's a good solution. A solution that I think is going to be the one that I would do in this particular situation, but it's not the only solution that we have. I want to show you one other idea, and this is the extrusion engine. And I'm just going to hit undo a couple times just to kind of get back to where I started. There we go. I have that opening again. This time I'm going to double click. I'm going to go into faces, excuse me. I'm going to double click on this shape and then hit the L key to select all of the linked polygons to that shape. Okay, and then I'm going to delete it. X, We're going to delete all the verts on that shape, and bye-bye, that entire cylinder is gone. Because the other option that we have, in addition to bridging the gap, is just to grab this face here and to extrude that shape, which is a perfect, acceptable way of working. You can find the extrude tool right here inside of our toolbar. And I definitely suggest that you check it out. It's a pretty neat tool. The extrude tool is going to come with this yellow handle with a plus sign. And if you just simply grab on that plus sign, you can see that we can extrude that shape and take it anywhere that I want it to go. I'm going to look at my scene from the side. Oops, excuse me, the other side. There we go. Fire off the G key to grab it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I hope that polygon's still selected. Oh, it's not. So let me just go in here. I still got the extrude tool active. I don't want to extrude anymore. I'm going to hide that sphere. Grab that other one. Alt-H to unhide. Well, let's see. That one's not working the way I want. Let's do this. Let's grab it, hide it, grab that other one. I'm just going to scale it up much bigger than it needs to be. Alt-H to put the sphere back. Then I have a way to just grab that cylinder. You can look at it, grab it, G key, and we're on our way. Scale it now. And I'm back to sculpting. I think I extruded twice on accident when I have that extra edge loop in there. Well, that's okay. I can either grab it, double click on it, move it around. Now, if I wanted to delete that extra edge loop, of course the X key is going to give you the popover, but be careful in here. If we just delete the edge, you can see what happens. It deletes all of the faces that are connected to the edge. Clearly not what we want. However, if we go back into the X menu again, what we really need is dissolve edges, which deletes the edge, but it keeps all of the selected or all the connected polygons in the scene itself. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just take a look here now. Let's go back into object mode. Yep, I'm digging it. Return to our sculpting environment just for a brief moment. And FYI, you could technically do everything that I did just then in the sculpting tab. You don't have to go over to the modeling tab. It's just the habit that I've gotten into. Let's remess our sculpture once again. Do a quick inspection. Yeah, and all of this is looking just the way we want. Just the way we want. That big gap, that big opening in the shoulders has been removed, and I'm ready to start sculpting. So if you find errors in your mesh, or if you just want to make a base mesh that includes some additional edge loops, definitely check out the bridging tools, the extrusion tools, and even the insert edge loop tools when you're modeling your base mesh. I think these simple mesh component editing tools are really going to be helpful inside of your workflow in Blender.